Hi, welcome. This was very impromptu because I just feel the need to do some sprints, and I thought, well, maybe if I have some company, people will be like, I could take more accountability on what I'm doing instead of losing so much time. So yeah, um, like like last minute decision to make them. So I don't know if there is any people here besides you, but no one's is watching. Okay, no problemo. And yeah, let's see if anyone joins. I'll just put the timer, setting the timer present, share screen. Aesthetic. Let's disable notifications for 5 hours. I think it's fine. I really like this this setting. 5 hours, I think it's fine. Um, But yeah, so I think I'll start now with some sprints. See if anyone joins in. So I think I'll start this sprint. I just need to prepare the upcoming stream for tonight. She's scheduled for later today for 9. And I will start this now. I'm on mute. I didn't saw it was over. Um, how did everyone went this time? I'm reading. Um, how does it called? The Last Offer. Leave. If I block it, maybe yeah. So I'm reading this, which is a book out of my comfort zone. I don't read this a lot or at all. So it's fun. It's like let's have sex basically in this Victorian or Regency era. But it's fine. It's just points for the team. Um, because I was reading the last one to leave the room, and I didn't feel like it was interesting enough to keep me hold on a long time. I was not feeling it so interest. So yeah, I feel like this is the best choice for now is to keep this and continue to try to find new new options. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. This is like near the end, so I can definitely finish it today, and then I can definitely continue to find new books that I found on TBR, and I need to see what I'm in the mood for. That's the problem. Hi Anita, how are you? Yay! You're reading The Girl in the Ice. I love that book. That book is very good. I think Robert Princess should be more talked about in the thriller community because um, he writes very good books. Yeah, I actually don't know because it doesn't have sound and I was so entertaining because the story got a point of turn. So let me see just my phone. I have my phone charging and it's charged. Okay, and I need to move. So yeah, I think I'm ready for another one because you see I'm in bed. Wait, you can see my look at these pretty things. Um, but yeah, I think I'm ready for another one, and we can definitely continue to pick readings and keep telling me what you are reading or thing. I think 25 is nice. It's a nice time, and I really enjoy this one. Okay, like it's not the pretty, but it's what I could find there was like cozy, and I think like cozy is nice. I'll search for maybe another one here, like Pomodoro timer online, Pomodoro focus, Pomodoro timers, and but I like when it has like images, like um, like cozy, like cozy. I think I will keep that one. It's like the best, and I think we should go for another one. What do you guys think? So yeah, let's start another one, and I see you guys in 25 for more reading. Okay. Bye. microphone is not on mute this time, and it's done the second one. I need to decide my next read because this book will be finishing like in the moment. I have like the Kindle says 14 minutes left, and I'm reading each page at 2 minutes. So I have like 7 pages and extras on the end and things like that. So I need the next read. Hi Annalisa. I'm reading The Cheap of Teasers by G.G. Abrams and Doug Frost for the first time, and I realized I need 3 or 4 rereads to understand this book. G.G. Abrams is the writer on series like the one from Fringe, I believe, because my boyfriend loved G.G. Abrams, and The Chip of Teasers it's an interesting story. I know the idea, the concept of philosophy. I don't know what the book is about. But what you said, only by him um and the and the idea of The Ship of Teasers, I would believe it will be a hard read. Yes, Lost is the most famous. I didn't know he did Lost, but I knew Fringe, and that's why because I talked with my boyfriend like I think it was 2 days ago about Fringe, and J.J. Abrams came to mind. So yeah. Um. Are you participating on the reindeer readathon? How is it going? I probably gonna do my first points today, 8 days in. It's fine. It's fine. The audiobook is going well. The other one is boring, so I'm not sure if I will continue now or pick something new. But yeah, I need to pick something. So my choices are, or I go to a thriller, which I don't think I'm in the mood because the one that I'm putting on in DNF, is kind of a thriller, like sci-fi thriller, horror. So not in the mood. No problem. As you can see, English is not my first language, also, so it's very normal. Sometimes I block and I don't go to Portuguese because it doesn't make sense, but sometimes I go block, and especially in some articles and things like that, like him, her, blah blah, and it goes like, don't worry about it. We're just here to have fun. Um, yeah, I'm from Portugal. And where are you from? Are you from Europe, Asia, Australia, Americas? Because I remember when I do sprints at night, I will have people from Australia waking up. So Italia, ciao, ciao. Okay. So you are very close. um, I actually have a colleague on PhD. She's Italian, and he's very funny because she mixes. She lived in Spain for a long time, and now she mixes Italian with Spanish and Portuguese. So it's very funny when she starts to talk. Um, but yeah, ciao, caro. Yeah, arrivederci, ciao, mamma mia. It's I know the basics. It's not my strong, but my boyfriend is starting to become fluent in Spanish. He's doing Duolingo very well. It's like 2 years into Duolingo in Italian. So it's Italian, not Spanish, Italian. So he's very like, I'm doing German, and sometimes like, nope, I cannot write that word. Like I miss sometimes the exercise like 2 and 3 times because the word is so hard. I was like, how will I learn this? See, it's I think it's normal. But she starts and she's like, come ci dice, come ci dice, and starts like that. It's super funny. Um, and yeah, I only okay. So I speak Portuguese. So Spanish for me it's a non-English existing language because if we talk slowly, we can understand each other. So Spanish is like a medium of know some words specifics, but then we talk Portuguese. Italian it's just the normal things you see on movies and things like that. I know a little bit of French and English, of course, since booktube and things, but and a little bit now of German. But I definitely want to learn German, and then maybe starting to remember French because it's very interesting. But now we are talking about it's what should I read next? I think I will go or for Divine Rivals because I'm very curious about that one, or A Marvelous Light for some male romance. Not sure. Let's see, because I think that those will be my choices of reads. Uh, but yeah, I think, are you ready for another sprint? Because I'm feeling very in the mood. I feel like I'm in the mood for some reading, so it's it's a new, because I have not like reading a lot these days. So today I'm feeling like I should be filming, because I'm doing a bookish advent calendar and I still have some videos to do. And I was like, not in the mood for filming today. Let's do it tomorrow. Let's read it. So yeah, I'm postponing that recording for tomorrow. I didn't know how much Italy, but I knew Genova for a long time, and the dialect is really similar to Portuguese. Okay, yeah, I think it comes from because of the Latin. We are all Latin-based languages. Uh, but yeah, we see sometimes sometimes it's equal, but sometimes it's also so different. Some specific words that were like, why that word? It's interesting because sometimes we are very similar, and but then we are like opposites. um it happens also in Spanish. We have like uh you know doing uh what am I saying? I need to sneeze, sorry. But yeah, so I was saying, like, in Spanish it's the same thing. Sometimes we have words that are very similar, but then it's like the north and the south. It's like, why? Thank you. Oh, that's cool. Full of tea bags. Yeah, I like a good tea. I wanted to do an unboxing per day, but the advent calendars I wanted from Funko was like 60 euros. I was like, next year. Let's do a bookish. Let's do a video per day, and it's been amazing. Next year I probably will do the same, because you just need to have ideas. And this one I started like 2 weeks before the 1st of December, so I was like, next year I know that I'll need more time to prepare and to think of new ideas. But that's cool. I like advanced calendars. I have the one with chocolates. My parents always buy me the chocolate ones, so I still have them. They are over there. I'm behaving very well this year because I haven't eat them all in the first day, which happened like most of the time. So I need to take off the next book. Uh, you see, I have a lot of things near the book, so I don't want this to fall. Okay. Uh, my light. Okay. So, what should we do? I have sufficient advanced magic, which I don't feel like a lost fantasy. The Long Way to a Small Hungry Planet, A Marvelous Light, A Song of Zero Flame, and Divine Rivals. So far, I'm inclined for these three, because this one I have for a long time, and I really want to read it. But these two have sequels that Fairy Loot and Illuminate will release next month, so I really need to read them to know if I'm gonna read them. But I think I go for this one, because I think it's a small read and it's fast, and no, I don't want to. Yeah, here in bed is fine. I don't want to. Yeah, it is a little bit like that sometimes. I say I'm a mood reader, but sometimes my mood is like, I don't know. And that is the worst, because sometimes I'm like, I'm really into this, or I really want to read something like this, and it helps. But sometimes I'm just in a mood that I want to read, but I don't know what. It's like when you want to have lunch and it's like, I don't know what I want to eat. It's the same. It's awful. And I hate when that happens in books. I hate when that happens in restaurants. I hate when that happens in any life. Oh, I need a bookmark. I'll ask someone to bring me a bookmark, or I use something here, because I don't have a bookmark here with me. But yeah, I like this naked cover, and then this is holographic, which is cool, but it scratches, because if you see, Like he has some scratches from time. It's good and it's bad, but it's cute. So let's do another sprint because I'm really feeling finishing this book, giving the first points to the readathon, and then continue to this one. I think 25 minutes is fine. It's not that very long sprint, but it's also not that short that you cannot get engaged in the book. I think 25 is like a perfect thing. Thank you. So everyone is ready. Let's start the sprint, and we see you. I see you all in 25, and have a happy reading. Yes. And this one is, oh, no, 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 no. And this one is done. That was what I was saying. How did everyone went? So I finished the last offer, which is not my type of book, definitely. I don't tend to read those, but for the readathon, it was important to have a book out of your comfort zone or books that you typically don't read. So, and I need a book with the word lust, uh, or good or boy. So it was not the best choices. But now A Marvelous Light is like 12 pages in, and the first scene is brutal. The second scene is like pure comedy. This reads like a rom com, and I'm really excited about this. I need to post my points. I must not forget to do that. But how did everyone and went in terms of pages? What are you reading? Um, you know, that normal stuff. Are you ready for one more sprint and things like that? Because that's important. Um, I'm feeling excited today to read. You know, I need light because it started to get dark. I'm in the mood to read today, so I'm excited with this. Uh, and I think today is gonna be a good day of reading. I'll also have sprints late in the night, like around 9 ish. I'll come back after these ones. I think I will run this till like 5:30 more or less, and then I will um you know be uh I'll I'll stop. That's what I was saying. My brain froze a little bit. I'll stop and then I'll come back and then I will like continue with a night. Try to find um some friends or something. So yeah. I understood like como que este libro. I understood like how is the book, things like that. So yeah, I was not far. Um, I understand. Sometimes I'm filming like and I start and then I'm like my brain switched to Portuguese and it goes like it's no problem. How's the book you start? It's like I said, the book is good. Um, the first I'm only in chapter two, so I'm only 12 pages in. But in the first chapter, I was very confused because everything happened so fast. So it laid already the foundation for what the book more or less is about. Um, and I was like, okay, I'm confused, but I'm intrigued. But let's see. And then in the second chapter where I'm in, we're already introduced to the two main characters, and there's already like some miscommunicating things very weird. So, uh, what I understand about the book and what I remember about the synopsis is there is this London where there is like this secret magic society, and there is like this boy man, I don't know his age, but it's Robin who is start working in the agency in the government, but is working under the magical association where the character from the first chapter was killed, but they don't know that. They just know that he went off on Friday. On Monday, this Robin arrived, and then we have Edwin, who is like the magician, and now it's the part where he's like, this is special, and Robin is like, yeah, special. What are you a spy? And then he does magic. I was like, what the fuck is that? So this is where it is right now. So I'm feeling like this is gonna be fantasy with um it has romance, but it also will have like rom-com aspects like comedy, which I really enjoy because sometimes I like to have a good laugh with the characters if they are funny. So yeah, I'm very happy. I think it's gonna be a very interesting read. Um, so yeah, I think we can go to another sprint. I'm feeling confident. You see, I want today like I'm feeling confident. You know what I mean? It's like it's too much. Sometimes it's too much to think in too many languages. I agree. It's like it's too much, even for me. I want. I have like so many things open. Okay. So should we do one more? Let me just. I will take a chance to. I'm Teen Snowflake. Read a book that contains one of the five words. Yes, I complete this one. And bonus prompt, a book that you typically don't go for. Submit, and I did the first, I think, 40 points to the team. So I'm very excited. In this time of my life, I'm not in the mood for romance spice books. Yeah, I understand. It happens. Uh, Sometimes I'm not in the mood either. It really. Ooh, your team tank Candy Cane. So we are enemies. I remember the first year I participate. I was team talking and we won. I was very happy. I, but we could be friends. Never. Yes, we could be friends definitely. But I was saying like the first year I was very excited. I was very in the mood. I read a lot. We did the quizzes and we won the quizzes, so it was a very good year. The second year I was in the slump. I was like struggling with mental health, even with the channel, so I didn't. And then this year I was like, I'm good again. I'm feeling good. I'm back on YouTube, so let's try to make the whole TBR, make the plans, but go with the flow. And so far, it's going well. But yeah, I when I was preparing the TBR, I was like, I need to prepare myself for the moods and why I'm not in the mood for this or that. So yeah, that's important. But yeah, sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I really want, but I'm not in the mood for that type of book for many reasons. Could be just because I don't want, or just I don't feel, or sometimes I'm just too tired. Especially in romance, sometimes I'm too tired of love. It's too much. So yeah, how is the book going of the Ship of Theseus? It's like going well or better at this point, or it's still like a little bit crazy and you need more rereads of that. Ship of Theseus book. Uh, uh, and so far, let's do the sprint. I was talking, I already mute myself. I was saying I will start the sprint. Um, and I'll pick chocolate and the bookmark, and I'll continue reading. Um, the ship of the is mind blowing in a good way or in a bad way. I'm still looking for a book of 500 pages. This is mine, which is this chunker of 600 pages. Because I couldn't find a book that starts with an S that got 500 pages. So yeah, in both ways. So that's very interesting. With 500 pages, yeah, mostly I don't think there is a thriller. If you are into thrillers, there is a thriller. I'm almost sure it's over 500 pages. But besides that, your best bet is fantasy, because 500 pages it's big. It's big to be uh, a thing outside fantasy. It's hard to find. fantasy sci-fi things like that. Like romances with 500 pages, super rare. But I remember now there is a thriller I read 2 years ago. I think it has 500 pages. It's a chunker, but it's very interesting. Um, I'm trying to look to the shelf, like browsing like very easily. 500 pages. Priory of the Orange Tree, like which I have on fronts. Um, the Wheel of Many, I don't know if has. I can't read in English. I was thinking about the Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, but I'm a bit afraid. Um, I don't know if that is in English. That is in Italian. Let me check. Because I know it was already translated to Portuguese, and being translated to Portuguese is like a victory. Um, let me see. I'm traveling alone. To show all editions, and then let me see if I can find Viaggio Sola. So this is like Spanish. Viaggio sozinho is Portuguese. Mm. Ah, La Stazione del Innocente. So I believe this is Spanish. This is Italian. Yeah. So the Italian title is this. I'll just put here on the chat because I will butcher. So it was a 2013 release, and it's a thriller, and it's very good. It's very dark. It's Norwegian, and it's hard, but it's not complicated, but it's deep. You know, the Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I haven't read. I have it on my shelf, but I heard it's like, yeah, the title in English is I'm traveling alone. So it's not like it's not well translated, but it didn't translate the same in Italian, but is that one I'm seeing on Goodreads over the edition, so it's that one. It makes sense because it has to do with the season, but you know, translating title is always like uh up to the people who translate it. But yeah, I heard of Evelyn Hardcastle is it's it's a mystery thriller, and it has to do like with I don't remember the name, but when you have like reliving multiple days, multiple times the same day, like Groundhog Day, um, um, and so I think it has to do with that. And every time the person is killed, is transformed to another body. So I think it's about that, and I think it's confusing to understand a little bit. But besides that, um, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of a loop. Yeah, it's kind of as always. They change titles also for movies. Yeah, here's the same. Don't worry, it's not just an Italian thing. Only now they are starting to put the names, the original names in the books, because otherwise you'll get like the book was called, I don't know, Let's Have Dinner, and the book was like the time that I fell in love with the king, things like that, and even the covers only like beginning of this year they start to put the original covers because they always would um redesign them, but horribly. Like they, I don't know if you read John Green um Shadows of the Gods, you know, that one with the dragon. The Portuguese cover is so awful, done with like I don't know AI or something like that. Like I don't know, but it's look like a design kid, like from the high school who did it, like for school. It looks awful. I got the Fairy Loot edition. I sell it because I was not liking it, but I think it was like uh it was not the right time. But I got the audiobook because I think it worked that way, and also I didn't like the edition that much, and then now they are reprinting Sign It when it's not. Hi, how are you? What are you reading or what are you gonna do? I'm chatting here. We're supposed to do another sprint, but we're chatting about finding a book with 500 pages. So yeah, I think those two are good choices for you, Annalisa. Uh, because mm, they have 500 pages. If you go to fantasy, you find a lot, but it's fantasy. It's a little bit more hard than thrillers. Thrillers are usually fast paced. But yeah. I was thinking one of book of my favorite author, but I think it's not 500 pages. Yeah, it's the same. I tried. I was like 20 pages in. Like I remember she already built the coffee shop and she was almost ready to open. So I was like beginning ish, but I could not like get into to find like interesting. Yes, 500 pages for the reindeer readathon because I got mine, which I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? It's here. Mine is this one. Is Sufficiently Advanced Magic by Andrew Rule, which is like has 630 pages, I believe. Yeah, 608. So, but it was the only one I could find that starts with an S because of the prompt of with your star sign. I'm a Scorpio, so I had to pick with an S. Ooh, Miss Bourne. Yeah, like the Final Empire. Because if you go to the Final Empire, yeah, it's good. It's a good choice. I like it. I like the trilogy. Um, they are heavy, but they're also very captivating to read. So it's a very good choice. Nice. Yeah. So, Annalisa was talking about the Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and I read one which was "I'm Traveling Alone" is the English title. Oh, I assume you're also a Scorpio. Woohoo! Um, that is also a 500 pages book. But yeah, like I was saying, it's very hard to find a 500 pages book that is not a fantasy. If you want to breach to a romance or to thriller, it's very hard to find one that is over 500 pages. Like it's rare. I was thinking, let me see. I think this is 400 and something. I don't believe it reached 500. Ooh, okay, it reaches. So if you wanted some contemporary romance, I would say House Rules by Jodi Picoult, or I don't think 19 Minutes has 19 minutes, but it's like I love Jodi Picoult. It's one of my favorite authors. If you see my YouTube channel, I talk about her a lot. So 19 Minutes doesn't have, but House Rules has. So House Rules is about um the House Rules is about a boy who has Asperger's syndrome. It's written in 2008, so it's a little bit outdated in some terms. But his mother, is very care of him. He has like this routine, and he has a younger brother, and he has this social skill teacher. Like I think she's a girl in college, things like that. But she's like helping him understand a little bit of social cues, and she appears dead, and since she has his blanket on, and the police start seeing that he doesn't look in the eyes, he's the murderer. So you're dealing with multiple POVs of the brother, of him, of the mother, dealing with this, going to the past, seeing how he's dealing with this autism spectrum. It's very interesting, and it has court scenes which I really enjoy, and she writes very well. She does a lot of research. So House Rules is a very good pick. I knew it was big. I didn't know it was 500 pages, but it's a good one. I don't know if she has any more books over 500 pages. I think that is the biggest one I own of her. Like, let me see my favorites. It's easier just to check like five of them. Nope, nope. Okay. Another one is Small Great Things, which is about racism. It's a famous case in the US where a nurse was told not to touch a baby of a neo-Nazi, and the baby starts having problems, and she's the only nurse there, so her choice is help or not help, and the baby in the book eventually dies, and so she's laid out of work, she's put on trial because she's accused of murdering, and then she retaliates. Also you get the perspective of the black nurse, how the racism works, how it's racism in America, but then you also see the mentality of the neo-Nazis, and it really pisses me off, those chapters, because you get to see their heads inside. And she did talk with ex neo-Nazis who are now married with one, I think, with a Jew woman, and another one, I don't know if he turned out gay or something, but she did a lot of research, and that book is called the base book is called Small Great Things. I'll put here Small Great Things. um yeah, both of them by Jodie Picoult. It's amazing. I love Jodie because she talks about very difficult topics, very hard questions. You have books by her that really asked you, what would you do? For example, would you sue your best friend because you need money of an insurance to save your daughter's life, even though you knew it's not your friend's fault? Things like that, and you go into this deep spiral of questions. It's very good. I have a lot of book reviews on my channel about her. I think I did like two or three. I know House Rules and Smaller Things have reviews, older ones like 2 years ago, so the quality is not the best, but he has reviews there, and it's like amazing. Hi! I'm looking for some screens today. I'm reading multiple books and get work done, starting with the Tales of Genji. Ooh, what is that about? I don't know. Tales of Genji? Things like that. Yes. Okay, so it's a Japanese book, I believe. Um, I think they have. She's a very popular author. I will help you see that. House Rules. How? Um, I want to see the Tales of Genji. So we are trying to discover some 500 books, pages books for the reindeer readathon. I don't know if you are taking into that readathon, but we're trying to find books that have 500 pages that are not fantasy. So, and I ended up talking about one of my favorite authors, which is Jodi Picoult. So in Spanish, Taki, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this would be Italian. Le case del Gialtri. Thank you. I'm very scared with I well, I'm Portuguese, so the names is very hard for me even in English, but I try always to find or try to look for the rest pronunciation. Um it's about court life in Japan. Oh, and are you enjoying it? Because I really like court life, and I really enjoy historical fictions or even historical books about royalty and things like that. I think it's super interesting. One of my favorite authors is like Philippa Gregory or C.W. Gutner. He wrote about, for example, The Last Empress of Russia. And I really like that in court thing because it's so interesting, that court life. Glee sounds like L in Spanish. Yeah, I told you, it's like small, great things. And now I put here the other one that I talk about, racism. So, but yeah, she has a lot of books published in around the world. So, Pequenas Grandes Cosas. Uh, ah, yeah, it's the same title in Italian. It's Piccolo Grandi Cosi. So yeah, I'll leave you with these suggestions. Um, yes, lots of culture in this book, so great. It's a so whew, okay, that is going a little bit overboard. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. I haven't. Yeah. Okay, the paperback has 1,182 pages. That's a lot. And does it read well or is very heavy? Is like that type of book that you take time to read, or is that book that flows like very well and you ended up like really enjoying it your time? Because Mythos by Stephen Fry is also like heavy in terms of story and things like that, but it reads so well and it's so entertaining that you don't see time fly. Um, but yeah, so we have here some suggestions for books with 500 pages. If you want to go overboard, you have this one. Um, I think one thing that they should change on the readathon was introduce like a system of pages also. For example, not saying like but give extra points to bigger books because it's sometimes it's feel unfair if you read just novels and things like that instead of like reading big books. So it really depends. Um, but I think they should introduce something like that. Just my idea. It's a very easy read, flows very well, and very relaxing. Feels like more a contemporary novel than a classic. Oh, that's interesting. So I'll add it to my Goodreads, and maybe try to see the audiobook because I really like these types on audiobooks. So I'll leave that. But it has illustrations, and I really like illustrations. But let's start with the other book. If I like it, I buy the book. I'm like that. We are European, so we understand the titles are always different from the original to a Latin like. Yes, that's the point. We always know there's gonna be a different title. When it's the same, it's like miracle in heaven. So yeah, I think we have a good chat. So let's start with another sprint. Um, oh, the other book is a bridge, so maybe a good option. Nice, I like that. I like that. Thank you for the recommendation. I really like to receive new recommendations. It's always good to increase my TBR or at least have more options in terms of readings for the TBR game that I have. So yeah, thank you. So I have the timer ready. Are we all ready to do some sprints? 25, I think it's comfortable by far. I need to get a bookmark to read. I'm reading this like it's a marvelous light. Um, so uh, I need a bookmark and I'll get some chocolates because I'm in the mood for some chocolates. um, I can't fall asleep reading or doing anything. I need to be in completely silence and darkness. So that doesn't happen, but I know a lot of people that happened. I like a lot. So yeah, I will start now the timer, and I see you all in 25 and have a happy reading. Okay, see ya. So how it was this spring for everyone? I see Annalisa left us, but hi, Kat. I have to work right now. I just want to pop up and say hi. I hope you have a good meeting. Go Team Snowflake. Yes, I'm doing the points. I'm doing the points. Um, so I'm in page now 24 of this book. It's dual POV, which I didn't know, so I find it very interesting. I'm still confused with the magic system. It's very early, and but I don't think the author will explain a lot. Doesn't sound that type of book that will have a very you know complex and explained magic system, but we never know, maybe. So how was everyone's reading this time? Um, okay, we are still being productive. That's good, and I'll try to read between work. That's awesome. We also are here to be productive. I'm on vacation this week, so not working. But next week I have to work a lot, and the other one too. And then I enter vacation till the end, till the new year. But I have an article to write, and I started zero. So yay me! So Jody said previously, I wish I could listen to audiobooks, but I start can concentrate on them. Time goes past, and then I like have no idea what just happened. So audios, I can stitch or play on Switch would be perfect. Um, yeah. The audiobooks for me worked on simple tasks, like going when I'm going to the train station, or walking, simply walking. I can concentrate because I'm only doing that. I cannot definitely like playing Switch for me. Sometimes it's hard depending on the game. Listening to the audiobooks. But I like also audiobooks too when I'm reading a book and listening to it. Especially when it's like a high fantasy and sometimes the names and things, it helped me focus more and immerse more in the world. You also spend the work on a work call. Yeah, it's normal. It's a Friday, although it's holiday here today, some saint. Uh, that's why I decided to do a little bit on the afternoon, and then let's do it again on the night, like always at 9, British Standard Time. So it's 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in 4 hours more or less. Um, but I'm very excited. It's going well the reading today, so I'm very happy with us. Yeah, it's the same. Like I do the basic. Like I can cook, I can walk, I can shop if it's something that is just browsing shelves and pick things. Like if I have to concentrate a lot, it's hard. Sometimes when I'm at work, imagine I'm waiting things. I'm a chemical engineer PhD candidate, so work in a lab. So waiting things or putting things in reactions. If it's a thing that I have like memorized and I did a lot of times, I can't. I can do it. Otherwise, it's hard because I start losing information. Sometimes it's not important. Sometimes you like, where did this come from? So it really depends on the time and the mood. When I was in Poland this year, I went there for 2 months for work. I uh I lived in the residence near the university I was working in. So and I was living by myself, so I had to go shopping. And I just have like a fridge and a small freezer, so I cannot buy a lot of things. I bought some things, but always checking if they restock other things. They didn't have like big supermarkets in the town I was on. So I was like always every day going to shopping, like or getting fruit or getting yogurts because it went out, bread because I would even if I freeze the bread, it won't last me a week because I didn't have much time, and then butter and then things that I wanted like milk. So I always was buying stuff. So I was always listening to the audiobook. It was the time that I most listened to audiobook because I was alone. I could listen without earpiece. So I was just like cooking and listening to the audiobook. I was eating and maybe listening to the audiobook or seeing a video. It was a good time. Yeah. Here it's a little bit different. So, how do you feel doing like one more sprint and then maybe call it an afternoon? Because I'm starting to feel not tired, but you know, s- need to break a little bit. So I think I'm good for one more, and then at night I'll definitely read more because I'm very excited. Today is a good day. I'm in the mood for read, so I think I will return at night. So how you feel about one more? Um, I'll put the timer again. It's this one. Great. So let's do this one more, and then the readathon masters will start their sprints also. So I see you guys in 25. I hope you have a good productive last time reading or working, and I see you guys in 25. Okay. See ya. And our last sprint is done. How did everyone went this time? Um, I on page 40 something, 42, I believe, of A Marvelous Light, which I'm really enjoying it. It's very fast paced and is already revealing the gay romance I wanted. So props for that. I have an Excel with the number of pages per day that I must read in order to complete the reindeer readathon, and all the days I fail until today. Today I surpassed already, so today is a good day. Uh, so I think today it will compensate some parts of the past week that I haven't read a lot. So I'm happy with that. So much drama. I love it. I love a good drama. You are making me very hyped to read that, but it's very long. But you make me very hyped because I love a good drama. Of Genji. Volume 1, Volume 2, 37 hours each. Whew, this is a lot. This is a lot. Yes, that is the most important. Thank you. Okay, I have to read 25 pages per day to finish Genji by the end of the year. So that's good. That's very doable. Um, that's very reasonable. Because even if you can read not today, the other day it's like 50 pages. It's easily you can read it. I'm on 130 pages per day if I want to finish all the books. So let's see. Um, thank you all for joining. Yes. Let's call it an afternoon. Tonight I'll be doing again sprint. So if you want to join, it's already the link on my channel. You can like pop up the notification. It's already there. Yeah, I do sprints usually on Fridays at night because I'm usually at work. But starting on the 18th, 20th of December, I'll try to do sprints more regularly because I really read more like this. I don't know if it's because I have a camera and people are judging, but I like to engage and and it makes me read a little bit more. And it's more engaging when you have someone to talk about what you're reading and getting ideas and getting new suggestions. So um, be aware of that. I'll probably do more sprints, but yeah, tonight I'll try to do again. Maybe not 3 hours, maybe just 1 or 2 hours. So 9 till 11. I think it's fine. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here. I had a very good time being here. Uh, yeah, I see you guys hoping next time. Okay, bye.